Alright everybody, I'm still bored, I'm still supposed to be studying for finals, so I thought I'd make a long video of my 10 favorite TV comedies of this century. For each TV show, I'm going to briefly explain what I love about it, and I'll give the 2 best episodes, excluding finales, because finales are cheating. At number 10, I have How I Met Your Mother. This is a pretty solid, it's a very, very good show, but it's not as amazing as everyone says it is, I think. Some people are saying this is like the greatest show of all time. It's not, by any means. It's a very, very good show, though. They have some solid characters, great cast. Jason Segel and Neil Patrick Harris are 2 of the funniest people out there, especially on TV. And it has a very, very unique storytelling style, and that's what a lot of people like about it, is just kind of the whole narration, I guess, aspect of it. But I feel like lately, it's been kind of getting off track. Like, it was really, really funny in the earlier seasons, and now it's just kind of losing it. You could cut out like 2 seasons in the middle, and it probably would be a better show. It's still good though. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's becoming more about the drama and like but it's not like it's that intriguing of drama. It's more about the characters now than about the actual comedy, which isn't bad. I'm not complaining, but well, I am kind of complaining. They could make it funnier, I think. And I don't often say this about a TV show. It has some great songs in there. Like every once in a while, they'll have some kind of monologue or something at the end of the episode with a song attached, and they have some pretty solid songs on there. Like I've bought a couple of songs because I heard them on How I Met Your Mother. Anyway, my 2 favorite episodes are, I don't remember these off the top of my head. Slapsgiving, season 3, episode 9. This is the 3rd Slaphead episode and is by far the best. It shows a lot of the dynamics between all these different characters, including Lily's dad, who's not really a major character. Definitely awesome, one of the best episodes out there. And The Playbook, which is season 5, episode 8, which I go through all of Barney's ways of just getting girls. And it's absolutely hilarious, because all these absurd ways that actually work. At number 9, I have Party Down, a show that none of you have probably heard of. It's extremely underrated, but it's a fantastic show. It ran for only 2 seasons on either Stars or Showtime a while back, and it's absolutely hilarious. It pretty much follows the story of all these like 5 or 6 different people who want to be like actors, writers, something in Hollywood, but they're stuck being waiters for a catering company. And it is very, very unique. Since it's on I think it was Stars. I'm going to say it was Stars. Since it's on Stars, they're allowed to curse and have nudity and do whatever they want. So most comedies aren't allowed to go in that direction. This comedy just took it and ran with it. It's vulgar at a lot of points, and it's absolutely hilarious. There's a lot of really funny people in this. Adam Scott, Lizzie Kaplan, Martin Starr, and Jane Lynch for at least the 1st season were absolutely hilarious. It is very unique. There's only one other show on my list. It's on my list, but there's only one other show out there that I think is even remotely like this one, but it's allowed to go to more extremes because it has the freedom that the network gave it. But really good job of all these really funny characters in these really, really bizarre situations where they cater these weird things. My 2 favorite episodes are Steinhauser Pong Wedding Reception, which was the season 1 finale, and it had them catering a gay wedding in competition with another catering company because they were both hired to do it, but the other one, it's bizarre. Roman meets George Takei, which is absolutely hilarious. And my other favorite episode is Nick DeCinto's Orgy Night, in which they are hired to cater an orgy, and none of the guests that were invited to the orgy know that it's one of they think it's a regular party. Absolutely hilarious. Just one of the best situational things I've seen in a while. At number 8, I have the only other show that I think is similar to Party Down, and that's It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It does something truly unique in that it takes 5 characters who are all truly, truly terrible human beings and makes them extremely likable. Like, it's very, very out there. It's very original. Charlie Day and Danny DeVito are, especially Charlie Day, so funny. The group dynamic is fantastic. Like, I think these guys in real life actually have been best friends since like high school, and you can tell that they are. In the show and in the writing that they're being presented, there's some truly, truly unique situations. Like, they're not run-of-the-mill sitcom things like, oh, and then this character has to do this. Like, there's no episodes like that. They're all really, really weird, really, really unique, and it's hilarious. My 2 favorite episodes are The Gang Gets Invincible from season 3, episode 2. That's the one when they have open tryouts for the Philadelphia Eagles. Dee, Mac, and Dennis all want to try out. The real reason this episode is great is when Charlie brings out the legendary Green Man suit, and when Frank drops acid and thinks that he's stuck in the bathroom of the McPoyles RV. Hilarious episode. And my other favorite was The Nightman Cometh, Season 4, episode 13, when Charlie makes an entire musical based off the song featured in an earlier episode that was hilarious in the earlier episode, and they just take it and expand upon it. It's just so funny. The play is clearly about rape, but Charlie doesn't realize it. The entire thing is just a way for him to propose to the waitress, and then he does the whole grand thing, and she just says no right in front of the entire thing. So great. Great show. At number 7, I have another kind of uncommon one, is the IT Crowd, which is a British TV show that ran, I'm not exactly sure when, but it ran for 4 seasons, but each season's only 6 episodes long, so it's only about like a little longer than one American comedy TV season, but it is absolutely hilarious. Like, British comedy is great, and this is one of the best examples of it. Richard Ayoade, and I don't know how to say his name, I'm going to say it's Ayoade, and Chris O'Dowd, absolutely hilarious as Moss and Roy. They have some really great situations in there, kind of like Always Sunny, how it's not necessarily run-of-the-mill sitcom ideas. In a sense, it's about nerds who work for the IT department. It's pretty much, if The Big Bang Theory was good, it's the IT Crowd. And yes, I hate The Big Bang Theory, get over it. There's some great characters in there, especially Moss, and there's some just hilarious moments of them being idiots. And this is one of the few ones that from the first episode I could tell that I was going to love it. My favorite episodes are Calamity Jane, Season 1, Episode 2. It's very rare to have a best episode that early on, but there's some great moments in this, like Moss emailing the fire department when something is on fire, but he keeps redoing the email because he's not sure if it's formal enough or informal enough. Absolutely hilarious. And The Work Outing, which is the Season 2, Episode 1, which every moment of that episode was hilarious. I'm not even going to get into it. If you want to do it, check out the show. It wouldn't take long to watch. Such a great show. Number 6, I have Parks and Recreation. Absolutely hilarious. Amy Poehler takes this show and she runs with it. She's writers, she stars in it. I think she's even directed a few episodes, but her character as Leslie Knope is one of the best ones out there. Every character on the show is truly unique, especially Nick Offerman's Ron Swanson, who is probably the best character on TV. I'm putting it out there. So funny from beginning to end. Chris Pratt, Aubrey Plaza, Aziz Ansari, Adam Scott, Rob Lowe all have fantastic characters. They're so consistently hilarious, really bizarre, and they use the mockumentary style well. That's in like Modern Family, The Office, kind of things like that. I don't really have much to say. I don't have many things to say about this one, but my 2 favorite episodes are Lil Sebastian, Season 3, Episode 16, in which they have the funeral for Lil Sebastian, the pony who died, and The Fight, Season 3, Episode 14, which is when they go to the club. I'm not sure, was it Tom's club? It's someone's club. Absolutely hilarious, some great moments in there. Number 5, I have 30 Rock, which ended last year, along with another one on my list. Kind of like how Amy Poehler has Parks and Rec, Tina Fey took 30 Rock with its completely unique sense of humor. A lot of pop culture references, a lot of great one-liners, very quotable. The jokes are very random, and they're very original, and they just kind of get played off as completely natural, and that's what's so funny about it. You don't even realize that they said something funny until like a few seconds after they actually say it. It's really great. Jack McBrayer, Tracy Morgan, Jane Krakowski, and Alec Baldwin make up one of the best ensembles out there. And I don't have much to say about this one either. It's just something about it is just so hilarious. My 2 favorite episodes are Live from Studio 6H, which was Season 6, Episode 19, which was one of the 2 live episodes that they did. Absolutely hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing. They had a ton of cameos. And my other favorite is Queen of Jordan, which is Season 5, Episode 17, which follows Tracy Jordan's wife's reality show. Absolutely hilarious. 30 Rock is one of the few sitcoms that as it goes on, it actually gets better. Like most lose quality or kind of stay the same, it actually gets better as it goes on, which is something you don't see often. At number 4, I have one of the most obvious choices, The Office. Introduces the mockumentary style, absolutely hilarious. Now, I've seen the American and British versions of The Office, and I'm one of the very few people that actually prefers the American version. I do love the British version, but the American version, something about it, maybe it's because I saw it first, but it's just so funny to me. I think the cast is a little better, even though I love Martin Freeman. Seasons 2 and 3 of The Office were 2 of the best comedy TV seasons I've seen out of any show ever. So funny, especially because of Jim's incessant pranking of Dwight. Jim and Pam are the best TV couple of all time. I'm putting it out there. Steve Carell as Michael is perfect, and a lot of people stopped watching after he left, which wasn't really that bad, because the rest of Season 7, where Michael left, was very good. Some great episodes. Season 8 was the only season of this show that I would say is bad. Season 8 was bad. They really brought it back for Season 9. The finale was absolutely fantastic. I cried for 45 minutes. I cried for 45 minutes because of the Office finale. It was that good. My two favorite episodes are Beach Games, which was season 3, episode 22, in which Michael kind of takes them onto a survivor island. Not really, it's just by the lake, and they're participating in all these games. It was absolutely hilarious. And Goodbye Michael, which was season 7, episode 22, which was when Steve Carell left the show, and it was very sad, and it was a very, very well done episode. At number 3, I have what I often consider to be the perfect TV show, but for some reason it's still number 3 on my comedy list, and that is Scrubs. Now, it is just the expert blend of comedy and drama. And that's the reason it's not number 1 on this list, is that it's a mix of comedy and drama. This is just kind of pure comedy I'm looking at, but the comedy is just absolutely fantastic. But they just managed to bring it home and make you really feel for these characters and all these real situations with the drama. A lot of episodes end on a really, really sad note. And JD has a lot of inner monologues that are sad, and they're just really relevant to life, especially if you've had a family member that's gone through something that could happen in a hospital like this. Zach Braff, Donald Faison, everyone on this show give fantastic performances. Their characters are all great, and they're really, really special and unique. The structure of the show, between all of the random references and all these fantasy visions that JD has, absolutely hilarious. There's nothing else like it. Just him imagining himself in all these random situations. There's an entire episode that's a musical. It's just great. This is my favorite TV finale of all time. Season 8 finale, my finale, because season 9 never happened. Don't mention season 9 to me. Season 8 was intended to be the finale. It was the finale. It was perfect. Best TV finale of all time, but I can't count that as one of my favorite episodes. So my two favorite episodes are My Lunch, season 5, episode 20, and My Long Goodbye, season 6, episode 15. I don't want to say much about these, but because they're sad. They're very, very sad. These are 2 episodes, but they're also very funny, and that's what's great about them, is that's what Scrubs was. It was really funny and really sad at the same time. At number 2, I have my dark horse, Community. Such a funny show. I cannot believe this is not more popular than it is. A lot of people don't watch it from the beginning and are really, really confused by just the style of the show. It's a lot of references to pop culture. It's a lot of really bizarre themed episodes. The themed episodes of the show are absolutely fantastic. They have a Law and Order episode. They have a video game episode. So funny. They have some really unique characters that mix together really well. The study group is one of my favorite ensembles out there. It's my second favorite, actually, after my number 1 pick. It's very, very similar to Scrubs as far as comedy goes, but the reason it's funnier because it trades that drama for more comedy. Troy and Abed are the best bromance on TV. Hands down, so funny together, absolutely fantastic. Donald Glover and Danny Pudi give some great performances. Season 4, when they didn't have Dan Harmon, was definitely the worst season, but I don't still think it was bad. I still enjoyed it, but it's definitely not as good as the other seasons. My 2 favorite episodes are Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, which was season 2, episode 14. I don't play Dungeons & Dragons, but I want to after watching this episode, because it was so funny. Just Pierce being an ass, and Fat Neil, and everything about it was so great. And Remedial Chaos Theory, season 3, episode 4, in which Abed imagines 6 parallel universes based on who goes to pick up the pizza. And in one of the timelines, Jeff loses an arm. It's so ridiculous, this show. It's great. And my number 1 pick, which is indisputably the funniest TV show of all time, is Arrested Development. Many of you have heard how great it is. I've heard from a lot of people that they've tried to start watching it and they didn't like it. It starts off slow. It does. The first 1 to 5 episodes they're good, but they're slowly building up. Because once you start to pass halfway into the first season, exponentially it gets funnier and funnier and funnier until you can't make it through an episode without almost choking of laughing so hard. A lot of the jokes in this show are references to previous events, or a lot of this is just setting up a punchline to a joke that you won't hear the punchline to until the next season. But it's so funny. A lot of great stuff going on. Job and Tobias are 2 of my favorite TV characters of all time. Michael Cera being as Michael Cera as he can possibly be. Even Michael as the straight man in comedy, the one who isn't really stupid or anything, he still is hilarious, and that's very rare. These absurd situations with absurd characters and absurd dialogue, and everything about it works out perfectly. And my 2 favorite episodes are Forget Me Now, which is season 3, episode 3, included some great moments, including his surrogate, Bob Loblaw's Loblog, and a now rapist. And a lot of people didn't like the 4th season. I did. I really loved it. And A New Attitude, season 4, episode 11, which was Job's 2nd episode, had me in tears because I was laughing so hard. Well, that's my top 10. I'm pretty confident in it. If you saw one, if you wanted one in there that didn't make it, then tell me about it, and maybe I'll check it out if I haven't seen it, but otherwise I'll probably just make fun of you. Anyway, thank you, and I'll see you next time.